Okay, guys, this in-class exercise has a few elements to it. I'm giving it to you because I want you to start really understanding the difference between sort of pure illustration and creating graphics. So this story is called The Devil and the Diner. It's fairly interesting. You can sort of see I've basically copy fit it for you. So the real challenge uh, with this in-class exercise, excuse me, is to create a graphic and a title for it, and then create any secondary elements. So pull quotes, any sort of uh, extra images and that sort of thing. Now, uh, I have these 5 images on here just so I can sort of show you uh, 6 images. I've added one more on here. So really what I want you to have a look at is the different sort of um, combinations of images and icons and type. So if we look at the first one, or the top left, it says coal. And you can sort of see that they've just used a silhouette of a canary, a cage, a chain, and literally went with dark red and white, multiplied the two together, and then continued the type in a very symmetrical way down here, and have actually done coal twice. So once with the white, once with the red. So it's a very simple technique, sort of layering images to create an interesting graphic that is fairly cohesive between imagery and type. So the next two, the brother size and the whale, are very sort of icon-based images that each sort of interact with the type in a really interesting way. So you can sort of see that the first one has the hands overlapping the type, but again, same color pattern, so white, black, nice integration, and then the whale does the same sort of thing. You sort of see the word the bleed in, and then the whale picks up the green from the background. When you look at an orange carpet event, very different, purely iconic, just using rounded shapes, circles, and then a really understated title up at the top, an orange carpet event that has a really nice play of the black and white, just like the illustration does. So it becomes very cohesive. And then it has some really interesting elements like the number 13 in here, and some script that gives it a little bit of texture and a little bit of edge. The next one is a concert poster, and the reason I have it in here is that it's not the most amazing looking icon, but what they've done is kind of split it up and really integrated the 4 band names right within the illustration, which then really makes it a seamless poster. And then finally, I added this one just because uses a very, very traditional illustration in the background. But then it sort of, it takes some really interesting numbers, it layers them in front, behind. It uses really interesting sort of blue, pink color palette. And then if you look at the text, it's very, very interesting the way they've taken a very sort of old image and given it a real sort of boost of edge and interest between the numbers and the type. So today you are going to read this story, and you are going to, within class, create it can be a full bleed image on here, it can be a partial image, it could be just a spot icon, and the title. Now, you are only going to use the elements that I've provided. So not these, these. So you can do anything you like to them. These are 3 background images. They're very large, so you can have a look at them. They all sort of feature Satan in a very sort of old printmaking, painting style. So you can use these however you want to. There you sort of see Satan there. So they're all fairly interesting. By themselves, they would give you a very sort of dated look, and that's not what we're after. And then the other elements you can use here are some really basic icons, hamburger, round thing, spatula and fork, and just an icon of Satan. You can change those icons however you want to in Illustrator. You can chop them, you can color them, you can combine them, but you can't add anything else other than what we have on these two pages. So you will take these elements, decide how many of them you're going to use. You do not have to use all of them, but you will basically take this and turn this into sort of a modern, I want it to be modern, funky, with some edge to it, and especially the type needs to be integrated on this first page. So the Devil in the Diner by Kate Belcher can be much smaller. The Devil in the Diner needs to be sort of interesting type. So kind of a fun project to sort of really stretch what you can do with provided copy and provided images, and what can you do with it. So this will be uploaded by sort of 6 o'clock tonight.